So that was a whirlwind check?
Just a little one.
Every time, man. I've never got a whirlwind check in my life, like, at all.
Hello, welcome to Cascade Juggling, Scotland's only dedicated circus magic and skill toy store. My name is Bob, juggler, teacher, performer extraordinaire, and most importantly, member of the team at Cascade here in Edinburgh. Today, I've got people walking past that want to wave while I'm talking. Today, we got some of the guys from Old Town Kendama coming along to talk about the upcoming jam happening on the 15th of August. What's Kendama, you ask? Well, basically souped up cup and ball with loads of cups, and the ball's got a hole in it, and there's a spike, and you can balance it and juggle it and flip it and balance it some more. And now people are looking in as I'm like talking to the camera, and they're like, he's talking to the camera or himself. I really wish there wasn't a big glass front for the whole world to look in at me while I feel really vulnerable on the mic. Let's cut to the interview. Well, Kyle Jr., thanks for joining us today.
That's okay. It's our pleasure.
I mean, obviously we're going to be talking a little bit about the upcoming jam. But first and foremost, let's touch on Old Town Kendama. I mean, it's a very new undertaking.
Like 2-3
months? It'll be a few. It was April. Middle of April, I was talking to Paul and saying about how we had like more people coming up in the Edinburgh scene, and Paul said that we should start an Instagram for Edinburgh specifically, just to like highlight the people that done that. And then I messaged Junior messaged me that night saying that we should start an Instagram for people from Edinburgh, and I was like, well, me and Paul were just talking about this. And then it just kind of stemmed from there. We got the logo done and then started filming for the first edit. And that came out in, did that come out in April?
March maybe, the start of March, I think it was.
No, that's, you mean May?
Well, May, yeah, there we go.
May. I think it must have been May. But yeah, since then, there's been quite a few more people that have got into, we've got our group chat on Snapchat that's like all the people that we know that play Dama. Yeah. And that's been grown quite a bit. There's quite a few people in it, so we're excited for the jam, so that all those people can get a chance to be at one.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
So whereabouts did you guys get into Kendama?
It was a work colleague.
Yeah, a guy at our work called Jamie. He's into like loads of juggling stuff, and
he does like Poi, Diablo, stuff like that.
And he brought a Kendama in and was like, oh, you guys would like this, because we'd been messing about with cards and stuff on the bar. And he was like, oh, you guys might like this. Like, I've never had a shot of it. And it was a green royal.
Yeah, like a solid green, light green royal. And it was,
and we played with it for like an hour, and we just started addicted to it. Like, I think I started first.
I know. I remember Jamie gave me a Kendama beforehand, the black one. And then I played it for like an hour, trying to learn juggles. After like 10 minutes of picking this thing up, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. Put it down, and then never picked up again. Then he got the one off Jamie as well. Yeah. He got the other one, and he started doing it, and I started seeing his stuff on Instagram, him like hitting spacewalks and around world and stuff, and I was like, I need to get back into this.
Yeah.
So I did.
Then the competition started.
And it's just kept you hooked ever since.
We probably wouldn't keep going if it wasn't for the fact that we were both doing it.
Yeah.
Like if one of us had gave up by now, we probably both wouldn't be doing it. So it's good that we've both stuck with it.
Well, damn. Yeah, and really nice to see like building a community behind it as well.
Yeah, totally. It's amazing seeing as many people doing it, because when we first started it was just us, like that we knew of anyway. Like we were the only people that we knew from Edinburgh, and I think that the ST guys knew from Edinburgh that played Kendama. So from that to the amount of people that we have now, even though it's still not as big as some people would want to be, like it's set to see.
But from where it was at least a year ago to now is insane.
Yeah.
A year ago there was like what, 4 people maybe?
Yeah, there's
at most. Now there's like, I'd probably say like a solid 15 people that have at least picked it up since.
Yeah, like that are like doing it consistently and like sending us tricks and being like, oh, these are like, I just got this. Like usually it would be people that would like we'd see them and they'd do big cup and then they'd just sit and do that and they wouldn't try and progress themselves. And then recently people have just started like pushing themselves to be better. It's really good.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Yeah, I remember the first Edinburgh Jam I went to. It was hosted by the Old Town Kendama guys, and I think it was you two, myself, and Colin and Henry were there. And
I think we were the only people that played Dama
from Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And there was still, it was really nice for like 8 or 9 people to kind of come through and play.
It's good to have something through here because going through to Glasgow. When we worked in the nightclub, going through to Glasgow at 12 o'clock was a nightmare because we would be up till 4. We'd have literally no sleep and then go to the jams and we'd just be absolutely shattered. Like the Cascade boys still joke about it today because we would just be so tired, but we'd still session just land bangers.
Yeah, there was a Manchester jam and we had no sleep as well. We had a little bit of sleep on the train, but we never really had much sleep. Went from work to my house for about half an hour to go to the train station to go to Manchester. It was like,
that was a nightmare. It was so worth it. Like me and Tio and seeing all the SK guys in there, it was so sick.
Nice.
Push through for the jams always.
Yeah. got to visit the family. So as you were saying, I'll just go back and touch on. You don't feel like you'd still be playing Kendama without each other. And I'm always kind of like curious when talking to some players, like what's the longest length of time like they've spent working on a trick. And I guess maybe to put it to you guys, like what's the longest amount of time you've spent encouraging the other one to get a trick? Encouraging?
Dub tap jug spike for me.
That was like 8 months ago?
8 months. We would just I would just sit and try dub tap jug spike for so long and Junior would be cheating me on. And it took so long.
I remember that.
Just after lockdown started, I finally hit it, and Junior was there, and it was the hype.
Oh, it was so good.
I've still not had that same hype around a trick. Like obviously I get hyped around other bangers, but like the fact that I was trying that for so long, it was good.
A month as
I don't know what.
Grind.
I don't know what it'd be for you.
Around Whirlwind was a mad one for me.
Yeah, you tried that for ages.
I tried that for weeks.
That was mad.
Weeks upon months, and I think it was...
But it was only like 3-4 months into playing Dama as well.
Yeah. But that was probably the trick I've spent most time on. Maybe other than, again, dub tap, jug spike as well, but...
Yeah, I feel like...
But I just I hit that in my bedroom one day because I spontaneously felt like I was like, oh, I got this now. Yeah, and that was it, and then I had it. It was like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a godsend to have someone here in Edinburgh that I can play with, because when you're just session alone, you can get hype about landing a trick, but it just doesn't feel the same having your friend there to like cheer you on and like do it.
It's really easy to like just put it down and not make that like last attempt.
Yeah.
Last 20-25 minutes or whatever.
Well, that's probably the biggest lie in my life.
Yeah. Right. The other day you were trying 1, 2, 3 World Singer, and he gave up like 4 times, and I just kept telling him to do it. He used like 2 GoPro batteries to film it. It was
I landed it and never recorded, so I had to refilm it. That's why I was getting so pissed at it. So I already landed it. I had it. It was there.
Yeah, it was pretty mad.
Yeah, I get that. Obviously, like with Kendama, it's it's gonna call it fragile. Maybe that's unfair. It's destroyable.
Yeah. Like
Kendamas are definitely destroyable. You'll hit a point when playing them, and they will no longer like function in the same way.
It's a thing that gets overlooked when you first start about like taking care of your damas and like not ruining them.
Yeah.
Like we went through about a kendama every week and a half because we would just sesh them and destroy them. When we first started, we would be in here every Monday buying a new kendama.
Yeah. Cards and KFC, that's what we called it.
It got to the point where I think one day I had got 2 t-shirts because obviously you used to do the £50 and you get the t-shirt. I had done that twice, and I think Colin was like, listen, there's no point us giving you any more t-shirts, do you just want something else? And I got the little dino egg pill thing because I just had so many t-shirts that I ended up getting that, and it was sick.
Excellent. No, we're not trying to feed the habit or anything here, but it would definitely help. So like that was at the start of the kendama journey, and like as you're saying, like you've learned to look after them a little bit better. What do you think's the fastest time now you've gone from fresh to seshed with the Dama?
Don't know actually. Probably.
I think it's hard. It's hard to judge that because we would sesh Dama maybe an hour or so a day before, like when we first started, and the Damas would get destroyed because we're not as good. We were like missing the spikes more. Whereas now we'll play like 5-6 hours a day, and then our Dama will last a week, but we'll be like, well, at least we got that much out of it. They last a lot better now that we've started super gluing and we're more careful with our tricks.
The super glue has been the absolute godsend. Yeah. Like the super glue in the tip of your spike is a must. Like there's something we were saying like we wish we knew when we started Kendama. 100%.
Everyone needs to super glue this fight.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
Care points that you would point out for beginner Kendama players.
For beginner Kendama players.
Play on grass.
Yeah, don't play on concrete. That's the worst one. Take your time and just learn basic stuff. There's loads of people that will go into it and see us juggling and be like, oh, I want to do a juggle, but it's not as simple as that. Like, it took us 6-7 months.
Exactly as I said, when I first got the Dama, the first thing I tried to do was learn how to juggle, and then because of that, it never motivated me and I stopped doing it. Then if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't get back into it. So it's worth grinding out those basics 100%.
Yeah, just getting consistent at them and going through the tutorials, and like sweets tutorials are labelled out the best way that you could do it. Like the best way to learn it is by following those, because they do it in a way that you're learning everything bit by bit and you're not jumping straight into it. So anytime I have someone that wants to get into Dama, I'll just send them the first tutorials by Sweets, and then
or the playlist or something.
Yeah, just send them the playlist and get it done. Consistency is the key. Even when you get to our bit, like to the stage that we are now, there's still stuff that we need to work on being consistent at.
Small cup spike.
Yeah, true. Small cup spike. Can never get that too consistent.
Base cup spike. That's my game. So Jam's coming up. It's the 15th of August, Saturday. Meetup is at 12,
yes.
Bristol
Square. I read all the info before doing this, obviously.
Yeah, I think once all the social distancing stuff is calmed down, I think we'll probably meet here or around this area rather than meeting at Bristol. But I thought Bristol would be a good place. Yeah. So I feel like one of the best things about the Edinburgh Jams that SK put on is that we would always start here, and it would be such a high place to do it because you could come and look at Damas, and like you feel like you're in a place where you all have to socialise.
And so like I guess like catering for your speciality as well.
Yeah.
Like really, because it's still a niche thing. Like the communities are exploding definitely over this side of the world, but it'll be good to have the jam up at Bristol, because we're moving around to Middle Walk for the actual open, and we're just in a set. We're getting a banner, so we're just going to put the banner up so that when people walk past, they just come up and they can speak to us, and like it makes it a lot more seen. So I wanted to do it somewhere where people, because I loved the MKO, the old MKOs would be in a mall, and people would just walk past and be like, oh, what's that? And they would sit and stop. And I just wanted to have that experience with the Edinburgh Jam if we could. So I wanted to like make it as much of a stage as outside can be as a stage. Nice.
So it'll be cool. It'll be a good atmosphere for the people that have just started as well.
Yeah.
Getting something that they can go to.
We've got so many of the new Edinburgh guys getting into it, and this will be like their first Kendama event they've been to. And it's helpful that we're actual friends with them as well, so they won't feel as anxious as well. Because I remember our first jam, I was ridiculously anxious.
So scary, like walking in, being able to like base cup, spike 1 in 10 times. What's this guy doing? Wow. Okay, I have no idea what that was. I feel intimidated.
I think what was the trick that Paul hit in the We Are Sound Kendama one? That was the first jam we were at, and he does the yank afterwards. I need to figure that out.
I can't remember.
But yeah, that was like the first jam we went to, and Paul filmed this like ridiculously sick clip, and we couldn't even do it around the world on camera. He was filming us, and we tried to do around the world on camera, and we just couldn't do it. So we ended up doing around Japan.
Yeah, around Japan.
And it took us like a solid 10 minutes. Paul filming us to land it, because we were so nervous.
The earth turns as well were disgusting. Instead of tossing it, we weren't tossing it. We were like,
dumping it around.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
So we go just like touch back on the jam. As you mentioned there's going to be some opens. So for those who might not know, that is like a competition format.
Yeah, so it's a format where there's a set of tricks, usually about 10 tricks, and they're all numbered. And then on the day you'll get paired up with someone to go against, and one of you will pick a trick, and you have to attempt that trick. If you miss it, your opponent gets a chance to land it, and if they land it, they get the point. But if you land it and they miss, then you get the point. And then it's the first to 3 points, and then the finals first to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have an intermediate open as well, and then we're having the
advanced open.
Advanced open, yeah. I guess.
We just talked about the normal open, but I guess it would be more considered more
I've seen the
advanced.
trick list. It's advanced.
Yeah. Yeah. In hindsight, some of the tricks are a bit tough, but it means that we'll be able to weed out the people that are there for the championship.
Calling it, man.
Doing one of those after ours.
They're there for the title.
So we got 2 competitions happening during the day, and we'll do a little bit of wandering around as well. It's like mini games and such. Just like a really I guess it's a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Obviously, with the social distancing, we're gonna have to do things a bit differently than what a normal jam would be.
Yeah. But
something like follow is always a good game to play because you're not having to be too close, and it's a fun one as well because people that aren't as good at Kendama can do it as well because
it's not restricted to a set skill level sort of thing. Anyone can. Yeah.
It's just doing something simple and adding it on, and eventually it gets a bit too complicated for some people. But it's a good game to play because you feel like you can get involved straight from the get-go, and it doesn't seem too hard.
Nice. So as we touched on there are trick lists. Whereabouts can people find these?
On the Old Town Kendama Instagram page. Yeah. I think you guys have shared it on your story as well, but I don't know if it's...
Yeah, we've got I'm pretty sure we've got it on the Facebook page as well for Cascade Juggling.
Oh, nice.
But I'll double check that and make sure that's definitely shared before this goes live.
Yeah, fair. But on our Instagram you can go in there, check out all the edits and stuff as well. But we've posted the trick lists and videos along with them, so if people don't understand what the written format is, then you can watch that and understand.
Excellent. I guess also, for anybody, we fully encourage any players to come out, no matter what level you're at. So even if you're just considering buying your first Dama, in the next couple of days, still come along to the jam.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely amazing gatherings.
Yeah, that's the baseline of what we want to do as well. We want to grow Kendama as much as we can. We want to see it on a level that is huge. It got like that in Romania for a while, and there was events in stadiums where kids would go, and it was that big. And I want to see that on the level that they had over here. I want to see it blow up, and I think it will eventually. It's just it takes time, and it takes the people that are going to go out there and try and push to do it.
Yeah.
To grow it, it'll be good.
So for any new players, we'll just end some more parting words of maybe inspiration and encouragement. So
yeah, of course.
Kendama edits are a really big thing for the community. Trying to spending so long grinding out these tricks for the camera, for the community, all around the world. What are some of the ones that have really stuck with you and really inspired you to keep playing, keep practicing and exploring?
I think for me, my oldest favourite edit would probably be Bonzi's first pro model edit for Chrome. That was one of the first proper edits that I watched, and that pushed me to be a lot more creative with the way I played. In terms of recently, the GT Euro Tour edit, it was so good. The cinematography, everything, the way it was done, the editing, it was such a good thing to watch. The tricks were insane as well.
The tricks were unbelievable.
I don't know about you though. What's your
but for D Westy, I absolutely love D Westy.
Yeah,
he smashes it, and I absolutely just love. I'm in love with POV edits. That's my thing. And his POV edit, he's got 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 now.
And they're just insane. It's his Chrome announcement POV video as well was amazing. Yeah. And then there's Carter Justice as well. His POV edits are insane. 100% recommend. His editing's phenomenal as well. I love his editing style.
That edit that we watched earlier on, it's insane.
Bang.
But yeah.
Yeah, so it's plenty for like people to go, look up, see the skills. It might take watching some of the videos like 2 or 3 times, or like play them at like half speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing, I guess, for like maybe like 2.5 years now, but I still watch some videos and my brain still can't comprehend what's going on.
Yeah.
Just because I guess like everything happens on such a small scale, it's such a fast pace.
Yeah.
And it's over in a flash.
For people first getting into it, the Kuma Films Zumadanki edit is the best one to watch.
That was the first one I watched, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Either that or probably any of Dave Mateo's edits. Something with like flow that people can create, like see the creativity,
movement and stuff involved in it.
Yeah, Dave Mateo, like rest in peace Dave Mateo, obviously, but his edits were like something else. The way that he moves the kendama makes it seem like a whole different sport to what we do. It was insane.
Yeah,
no, it's unreal.
Have we missed anything? Is there anything like add in? I feel like
I think I wanted to say a massive thank you to you guys, because you guys, if it wasn't for you being here, we probably wouldn't be as far as we are into kendama. Because having this handy and nearby us, like we could come and get a kendama and we could hang out and like meet new people. Like we wouldn't know about Sound Kendama if it wasn't for coming here and hearing from you guys.
I've just made so many amazing friends just from us starting to come here. So like this is like the hub, and if it wasn't for this place, we would be nowhere near where we are today.
So we're forever thankful to you guys.
amazing. Thank you guys for coming by.
That's alright. Our pleasure.
Shooting some kendama tricks, and really excited for a couple of weeks' time.
Jam. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Yank check.
Painful.
Well, thanks for tuning in, folks. I hope you had as much fun as we did recording this. Learned a little bit about kendama and are as excited as we are about the upcoming jam. Don't forget, it's 15th of August, noon, Bristow Square. Bring a friend. Until then, stay safe.